What's up everyone, Alpha Mike here. Today I have another unboxing video of another Beretta. This is the Beretta 92 Elite LTT model. I picked this up from a local gun store. I was actually deciding between the standard irons version, just the regular LTT model, and between their red dot option that they have. I couldn't decide between the two, so I did what any reasonable person would do, and I purchased both. So I will be comparing both these models, doing an unboxing of each, and then doing a little bit of a comparison of both. I just picked these up, safety checked them prior to this review, and then I'll get some more footage of the guns actually on the range. I may compete with them as well. So first off, they come pretty much standard Beretta boxes. I would like, and there were some comments about this on the other Beretta, the Beretta 92X Performance defensive unboxing video. I would like if some of these guns that are, well over $1,000, if they came with a little bit nicer box. It's really not a huge deal. It's not a make or break it, but the standard 92X Performance came in this hard case. It is a combination lock, real nice and robust, made in Italy. You can fly with it. I've flown with it. It would be nice, but like I said, not a deal breaker. This one I got signed by JJ Ricazza, so that's pretty cool. And all right, so I'll start with the standard model here. This one actually comes with the NP3 option. Both of these have the Langdon trigger job as well. So opening up the box, you'll see here has the gun. Both of these come with 3 Metgar magazines. I'll actually open this one. We can do a side by side. And we have the Langdon Tactical stickers. It's a nice touch. It's nice to get some swag. Both of these come with trigger locks. Nobody cares about those. And then the guns, magazines. This one comes with a little QR code for the install for the red dot optic. I would suggest you actually watch that video and see what Ernest recommends on installing the red dot. And then under the foam, we have some more stuff here. Just basic Beretta manuals, warranty information. This one has some more information about mounting the red dot, and then some hardware for the mounting. I'll try to see that, make sure that glare doesn't get there. There's some longer screws for the Trijicon optics, some shorter ones for the Holosun. He includes a bit and not like an actual like Allen key or something. This is because he wants you to actually use the Torx limiter at 10 pounds. So be sure to do that. You don't want to just do it by hand. And then the stock hammer spring and the stock trigger bar is included in here. Nice little touch there. Same with the standard model. And that's it. All right, moving on. Okay, I'll start with the standard model here. With the NP3 option, the magazines are also NP3 coated. It's supposed to help with friction, be a little bit smoother with the reloads. I'll have to do some dry fire and see how much of a difference it makes. It definitely feels smoother compared to the standard Metgar. but I don't know if it'll make a huge difference, but it is a nice touch. All right, take this out here. Like I said, both of these have been safety checked. We're good to go there. Okay, so here is the standard model right off the bat. Really good looking gun. The NP3 coating on the moving parts is definitely a really nice accent to the black. And starting from the bottom, it does have a little bit of a flared mag well. Not as predominant as my Beretta 92X Performance. This is my competition pistol that I shoot in carry optics. You see, it has a little bit more of a flared mag well. This is more purpose-driven solely for competition, whereas these more for the carry duty use. You can use them in competition. People definitely do. They're great guns for competition. They also have the Hogue style grips with the Langdon tactical symbol. These actually have a pretty aggressive texture, not too much where it's, really biting into your hands like some of the, golf ball pattern types that you can get. But it definitely fits into your hand really nicely. I mean, I have decently large hands. Gun fits me perfectly. Goes right to the edge there, but it really does just fit in the hand really, really nicely. And then moving up, you see I have the NP3 coated magazine release, some of the functions here, decocker levers, even the hammer. Like I said, both of these have the trigger job, which the trigger job by Langdon Tactical is really nice. When you include the trigger bar and then some of the work that they do internally, these come with a 13-pound hammer spring. I believe when I installed the one on my competition pistol, I believe I might have even put an 11-pound. I reload all my own ammo for this one. The double action on the competition pistol is lighter than these, but with the trigger job, I mean, it is buttery smooth. When I measured the trigger pull on these, it was right around 6 pounds in double action, right around 3 pounds in single action, a little over 3 pounds. After shooting it for some time, it'll decrease. That definitely happened with my other Beretta models. I anticipate that's going to happen with these ones as well. Double action, I mean, it's real nice. And then single action, like I said, real crisp wall, firm break, and the reset is really where the money's at. That's it. I mean, it's not much at all. I did notice that with the NP3 model, it's a little bit smoother than the standard coating here. Not a huge difference, but I did notice that in the double action, it just feels a little bit smoother. I don't know how much of that you're really going to notice when you're actually shooting the guns. I notice it when I'm just sitting here, have them side by side and comparing both triggers together. That could also just be, they were different gunsmiths worked on them, etc. But I think the NP3 does make it a little bit more smoother, especially in double action. And then moving up, we have the LTT hammer. It is a little bit different than the competition hammer that I installed on my competition pistol, and I'll show you what I mean by that. There is not very much slack when you install this competition, the Beretta competition hammer. I mean, that's the amount of travel right there. Whereas on these ones with the standard LTT hammer, there's a little bit more. However, these are more geared towards duty use. You can certainly put the competition hammer in these. I do have an extra one that I may put in this one here, but I'll test them out side by side in the range. The important part, you know, everybody gets all concerned with the amount of weight on the poles for double action, single action. I get that. It does make a difference. But to me, what really makes a big difference is how crisp the trigger actually is, you know, the wall, and then the reset. I mean, the reset to me, especially when shooting fast in a competition setting, the reset makes a bigger difference to me than how much weight, you know, if it's, you know, the weight's different by half a pound or whatnot. And then moving up, the sights on these ones here, blacked out rear, fiber optic front post. There's actually a decent amount of daylight in the rear notch there. I actually really like that. It helps a lot with precision shooting, with competition shooting, particularly steel challenge, things like that. And then I really do prefer blacked out rear and a fiber optic front post. I really don't like anything on the rear sight here. It just gets too busy. For me, the fiber optic front post blacked out rear is the best. Put this one aside here. And then the barrel is crowned. It's a 4.7 length barrel and looks real nice with the black on there. You know, that's not the reason why we buy these things, but it definitely helps. When a gun looks good, I mean, I'll be the first to say, I mean, it's cool to look at. So, all right, so I'll move on to the RDO option here. So pretty much virtually the same, minus the NP3 coatings on the moving parts. And that does include inside, excuse me, hold on. On the inside here, you can see all moving parts are NP3 coated. I have a habit of dropping the hammer manually because my competition pistol is a manual safety and not a decocker. So if you see me do that, that's why I'm doing that. Okay, so this is the RDO option. Like I said, pretty much virtually the same. NP3 coating is different on this one here. First thing you'll notice is the red dot optic cut. It is really low to the barrel. I mean, really low. Whatever magic Ernest Langdon came up with to work this out, I mean, really groundbreaking. It is way different. Well, I won't say way different, but it is different than the options that Beretta offer. You can see the offset is much different compared to the options from Langdon, whereas this one is cut much lower than Beretta's platform. You can see basically there's two notches that are cut out, and then this piece fits in there, and then you mount the red dot to the plate. It hasn't been a huge difference for me. You know, I think that because this gun shoots so flat, how high it is set really doesn't make a huge difference for me. It does feel more like an open gun, so the indexing is a little bit different. If you're one of those people that kind of like to turtle shell and really lock out, you know, it may be a little weird getting used to. But for me, I haven't noticed a huge difference. I know there is a difference and some people can really notice it, but I've been able to compete at a high level with a higher offset. I mean, the national champion won virtually with this setup right here, almost exactly, minus the red dot was different. So JJ Rakaza, I mean, he had no problem with it. So it's definitely the shooter and not the gun. I mean, it does make a difference, but you know that it's not a make it or break it. At least certainly not for me. But however, what Langdon has been able to achieve is pretty remarkable. I mean, it's really low to the gun. Suppressor height sights here, so they do line up with your red dot. This one's built into the plate on the rear notch here, and then on the front. So triggers pretty much feel the same. Like I said, it's a little bit smoother with the NP3. Not by much. Trigger pulls are pretty much similar between the two, at least when I did it. One thing I'll add. This slide here will fit on your on your Beretta 92X Performance frame. It will fit. The one caveat is that neither your frame-mounted safety or the decocker on the slide will function at all. So the frame-mounted safety, it will not move. It won't go up or down, and the decocker won't do anything. So they won't function. It'll function. You can shoot it. It'll function. It'll be fine. However, the safeties aren't going to work, which can be a problem if you're shooting USPSA, because a lot of people, before Beretta came out with their deal, they thought, well, okay, I can get a slide from Langdon Tactical, put it on my standard Beretta 92X Performance, I'll be good to go. However, there is an arbitrary rule in the USPSA rule book that if you metal or disengage your safeties on your gun, even if you're not, you don't use them, that it's not USPSA legal, which I'm not condoning this, but you could probably get away with it at local matches, at a major match. There may be some issues there if, an RO is privy to what you did, or if they're function checking your gun when they're at chrono stage, they may say this isn't good, this is against the rules. And there are ROs there at majors who know the rule book front to cover, and they'll pick up on things like that, and then you'll get DQ'd, and that won't be fun. So in a perfect world, what Langdon has done with this slide, he would do to this one here. However, he's not able to do it, or there isn't a big enough market for it, because I've tried. I've asked, hey, can you cut the Beretta 92X Performance slide the same as you have cut this one? I'm not a super technical person with, metal work or whatnot, so there may be some other reasons why he can't do it, but he has redesigned pretty much everything on the top end here, the firing pin, the decock levers, all the, the firing pin block, etc., to make it work and function. And the Beretta 92X Performance has manual safety. So, like I said, maybe in the future they'll be able to do it. It would be nice in a perfect world, because having that dot sit lower would be nicer. So, all in all, these are really, really nice guns. I'm really blessed to be able to get these, especially from a local gun shop. A lot of times you have to order them from Langdon Tactical and wait, whatever their lead time is. I believe it's 6 weeks for the NP3 and another 6 weeks for the red dot optic model. It's a great platform. You'll get a lot of people, in my experience, when I'm at matches around the country, I want to think of a nicer term than old timers tell me about how much the Beretta 92 sucks and that they had a bad experience with it in the military. And I get that. I understand where they're coming from. I'm not trying to disparage anyone who had those experiences or whatnot, but I would like to think that the Beretta 92 platforms in these configurations and in the 92X Performance is a lot different than the Berettas that they used in the military that were run through so many times and had parts swapped from here to there and treated like crap and whatnot. So, and you gotta understand, the level of abuse is certainly different. I try to point out to them, well, we're at a competition. I'm not taking this thing to battle or whatnot. These guys here are definitely going to be my carry pistols. This one I'm probably going to have as a backup to my competition pistol, because I really don't want to have to buy 2 more guns to set it up like this one, because you have to buy a regular Beretta 92X Performance and then a Beretta 92X Performance Defensive to get it configured like this. And I really don't want to have to do that again. I wish Beretta would just sell you a slide, but the slide is serialized, the frame is serialized, the barrel is serialized. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, but they won't do it. I've pleaded with them. I've asked them, hey, can you just sell me the slide? Because I already have everything else, and they said no. So that's that. You can definitely, I've seen people compete with the LTT RDO models. The major difference is the weight. Triggers, they can pretty much get close to the same. I'm sure accuracy is perfectly fine. It's, no big deal. But this Beretta 92X Performance is a boat anchor. I mean, when I weighed it, I think it was around 53 ounces with an empty magazine, whereas these two here are about a pound less. So definitely more geared towards, the duty, carry, and some competition, but it can definitely go in many different areas, but it's not just primarily a competition gun. And the big purpose for me purchasing these was I wanted a platform that was similar to my competition pistol. I train with my competition equipment so often. That's probably 95% of the training I do at the range. I belong to a private range. I have my own bays. So all of my training mostly consists of me getting better for competition. So I wanted a platform for carry that is similar to what I compete with, because prior to this, I'd compete with my Beretta and then I'd carry something like this Glock 45 with a RMR, and the indexing would just be a little bit different. Getting on target, it would be a little bit slower for me. And I get it's, the old saying, it's the Indian, not the arrow. I totally understand that. I get that. I can shoot most guns fairly well. I've been competing for so long. It's definitely helped, but I do think that being able to carry something that I compete with, and I'm so used to the controls and just the feeling of the gun. I've noticed that I'm a little bit faster, and I can shoot these much better. So all in all, if you're looking for something that you can carry, compete with, have as a range toy, I wouldn't overlook these Berettas by Langdon Tactical. I mean, these come from the Beretta factory, but when they go through Langdon's shop, you know, the work that he does is pretty remarkable. I think he's breathed new life into the Beretta 92 platform, and I don't think anyone who has gotten their hands on these has had anything negative to say about it. Even people who are just, you know, Glock guys, SIG guys, CZ, you know, fanboys, but who cares what they think? I'm just kidding. I have a lot of CZs. They haven't disliked them. So I think they're fantastic guns. You know, pretty spendy, but you pay for what, you know, you get what you pay for. It's definitely a little more expensive than other offerings, but it's definitely a buy once, cry once. And that's, you know, I saw that both were available, and I pulled the trigger on it. No pun intended. So all in all, if you like this unboxing, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, you know, do whatever. And if you have any questions, you know, I tried to answer all of your questions. I know there was quite a few on the Beretta 92X Performance Defensive. I think I was like one of the only people that had an unboxing for that gun, except for like Beretta's videos with JJ Rakaza and TFB TV and whatnot. So if you have any questions, definitely put it in the comments. I'll try to answer all of them, and then I'll try to do a more in-depth review of my Carry Optics competition pistol. There are some things I want to talk about now that I've been competing with it for a little while. Some quirks, some good things, some not so great things. So I'll try to put out that video. If you like this video, again, please just hit the subscribe button. And I hope you all have a good day. Thank you.